All eyes on the World Cup, and some Southern Californians are paying close attention to one player in particular. Let's talk turkey. Some big Hollywood names team up to give away the Thanksgiving staple ahead of the holiday. Hello, everyone. Welcome to The Rundown. I'm Robin Winston. More on those stories coming up in a moment. But first, we're hearing from LA Mayor-elect Karen Bass about her plans for the city. She says her #1 priority issue is the homelessness crisis. Her first order of business will be to declare a homeless emergency. Bass says she'll have a 100-day plan to identify the most critical homeless encampments and to get the people that live in them off the streets.
Obviously, I'm not trying to say we're going to get rid of encampments, but we do want to target the ones that are most challenging and get those people housed. So I don't mean that we're just going to move them from one street to the next or one side of town to the other, but to identify encampments that we can move into housing.
Another priority on her agenda is to streamline the process it takes to build housing. World Cup soccer is underway, but for the U.S. men's team, their hopes of advancing out of their group has taken a major hit. Their game Monday against Wales ended in a 1-1 draw. In spite of that, fans in Pico Rivera were watching the match with an extra dose of pride. One of their own hometown heroes, Christian Roldan, is a midfielder on this year's World Cup squad. He's the son of immigrant parents from Guatemala and El Salvador, and one of 3 brothers who grew up playing soccer in Pico Rivera.
Representing our country. Very proud of him. Pico Rivera is very proud of him.
It's really cool to see that somebody famous is actually from here. It's always a good feeling.
Thank you so much for your support.
That's the message from the Roldan family. They're in Qatar watching Christian compete, and despite his success, they haven't forgotten their roots. Earlier this year, the Roldans helped fund an outdoor soccer field in Pico Rivera, which bears the family name. The nation's major shipping companies are optimistic the holiday shoppers' packages will be delivered on time this year. The U.S. Postal Service, FedEx, and UPS are all projecting to have enough capacity after struggling under the holiday crash during the height of the COVID pandemic. So this may be because more consumers have gotten an early start to their holiday shopping. Inflation may be pressuring people to buy less and ship less. All right, if you're already placing orders, here are some ways that you can protect your packages from porch pirates. Ask for a signature delivery. Have packages sent to your workplace if that's allowed. And UPS says you can arrange to pick up their deliveries at their stores. But if you're expecting a package in the mail, you can have it redirected to the post office. Great advice. All right, let's check in with meteorologist Belen De Leon to see what Mother Nature will deliver for the Thanksgiving holiday.
The weather has been quiet so far, but things are going to get a little bumpy as we get closer to Thanksgiving. The Santa Ana winds will be returning late Wednesday through Friday, and right now the strongest winds are expected on Thursday, Thanksgiving Day. Gusts from 30 to 50 miles per hour are possible. That's going to increase fire danger. It could cause some power outages, and it's also going to warm our temperatures. Now, the winds will be strong through the I-5 corridor, the LA and Ventura County mountains Wednesday evening through Thursday morning. So, again, travel could become difficult in this area. Overall, we've got this dry weather, this increasing fire danger. The temperatures for us on Thanksgiving are expected to be in the 70s and 80s, but we do have some lighter winds over the weekend with cooling temperatures. By Sunday in Santa Clarita, we'll have a high of 68.
The LA Sheriff's Department is asking for prayers for a cadet critically hurt in a crash in Whittier. Alejandro Martinez is in grave condition. The Sheriff's Department says he's on life support. Martinez is among 25 recruits injured when a driver crashed into them last Wednesday. They were on a run during week 8 of a 22-week program. People who live near the training center say the cadets are often seen running in the neighborhood.
There are cadets. The community's proud of them, and they come through here, so it's a shock for the whole community.
A barbecue fundraiser for the injured recruits happens Wednesday from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Sheriff's Norwalk Station. And NBC4's Colleen Williams interviewed the driver who crashed into the recruits. Nicholas Gutierrez says it was an accident, not intentional. The 22-year-old says he fell asleep and he feels bad about what happened. You can see Colleen's full story on our website, NBCLA.com, and on the NBCLA mobile app. We're getting more details about the deadly mass shooting at a Colorado Springs LGBTQ nightclub. The 5 people killed in the attack are 35-year-old Ashley Paugh, 38-year-old Derek Rump, 40-year-old Kelly Loving, 22-year-old Raymond Vance, and 38-year-old Daniel Aston. Investigators also identified the people inside the bar who helped take down the gunman, likely saving many lives. One of them is a decorated Army veteran from San Diego.
Listen, there's video and all kinds of stuff. I don't know if I'm even telling it right. I just know I got into mode and I needed to save my family. And that family was, at that time, everybody in that room.
25 others were injured in the shooting. 22-year-old Anderson Lee Aldrich has been arrested on suspicion of first-degree murder and hate crimes. There's a new public warning against fentanyl. The U.S. Attorney's Office says the drug is now L.A. County's #1 cause of death for people 18 to 45 years old. An analysis of fentanyl-related deaths in L.A. County shows a 2,500% increase from 2016 to 2021. And the DEA says more than half of the fentanyl-filled pills being trafficked in communities across the country now contain a potentially deadly dose. Southern Californians are rallying around an LAPD officer and his wife, both diagnosed with cancer around the same time. A fundraising effort is now underway to help them with mounting bills. Former Department of Justice officer Laura Tomaloso learned that she had stage 4 colon cancer last February. The cancer later spread to become ovarian cancer as well. Then a month and a half later, her husband, Mike Tomaloso, was diagnosed with throat cancer. He's a longtime motor officer with the LAPD Central Traffic Division.
They did a biopsy and said he was diagnosed with throat cancer, I believe stage 4. And for her, you know, going through that and to find out your spouse is also going to be dealing with that is heartbreaking.
On top of everything, one of the couple's sons has special needs. The LAPD started a Blue Ribbon Trust Fund to help the family. If you'd like to help, we have the link posted on our website, NBCLA.com. Comedian Jay Leno has been released from the Grossman Burn Center in West Hills, where he was for 9 days. This picture with hospital staff was taken on his way out Monday. The 72-year-old was seriously burned on November 12th at his garage when one of his classic cars broke out in flames. He'll still need continued treatment for burns to his face, chest, and hands. A family of landscapers are back in business in Whittier thanks to overwhelming support from the community. Andres Benitez lost his truck after he was carjacked during a dramatic pursuit earlier this month. So you might remember this chase. A carjacking suspect ran into the Benitez's house, grabbed the keys to the truck, and took off with it. Andres says his truck and tools were insured, but deputies told him since it was used in a pursuit and shot at, it's now considered evidence. So the community rallied to his support, raising $94,000 via GoFundMe. Well, that includes $10,000 from a rival landscaping company. Andres used that money to buy this new Ram truck. He says the support is just mind-blowing and he'll never forget the generosity people have shown to his family. We love it when people come together like this. All right, a blessing for families in need in Boyle Heights. The Hollenbach Youth Center hosted its 41st annual turkey giveaway. 1,000 turkeys were given away to families. Actor and former Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger, along with his son Patrick, helped sponsor the event.
It's always so great to be able to come down here and see some of the work that he does with, you know, the Thanksgiving drive and later on in the year, the Christmas drive.
I have received so many things from people, so I want to say thanks, and we are here to give something back to the community.
Actor Tom Arnold was also there with his son. They helped organizers hand out 1,000 Thanksgiving meals. Very nice. You can always get news and weather updates on the NBCLA app and our website, NBCLA.com. And be sure to tune into Today in LA on NBC4 weekdays from 4 to 7 a.m. I'll be helping you get around with the traffic reports throughout your morning commute. I'll see you next time on The Rundown.